What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, we're going to be going over talking about each and every one of the new scheme spotlight cards added into College Football 25 Ultimate Team today, and I will also be talking about the auction house update, where we are at with everything considered. Now, I will say this drop is made primarily for, I feel like, the 4-3 chemistry with Oliver, as well as, again, the air raid chemistry probably is the best, scheme, I would say, for this specific content drop. Remember, these players boost team chemistries ×2, I believe. So if you run like Bryson Washington at that running back position, you'll get a double boost, which is super valuable for that chemistry specifically. Now, we're going to start off at the bottom, work our way to the top, and then lastly, look at the market. Cam Vaughn at first, 6'2 wide receiver. Look, he's got 91 speed, decent change direction. He's a 6'2 wide receiver. He's fine. Like, for a budget card, the card is objectively fine. Does fit, you guys can see that pistol chemistry. So one thing I would say is, like, in your wide receiver 5 spot, a position that might not get used, if you run primarily that pistol chemistry, could throw him in there for cheap, and he's going to boost that scheme, which I'll talk to about more here in the future. But that is super important. Silas Walters, decent budget option, 6'1", 91 speed acceleration, 91 change direction, better in zone coverage. But at 6'1", I don't mind Walters whatsoever. I think he is definitely a card that is solid on the field, because 6'1", decent speed, decent change direction overall. A card that I definitely think can play for you guys. David Stone up next. Fits the 4-2-5 chemistry. Right end 6'3", 85 speed, 88 acceleration. Decent block shed, decent power move, finesse moves, decent change of direction. He's a budget card that can play. Not perfect, but he can definitely play. Jacob Spalmer up next. Left tackle, 90 strength. Decent pass blocking, decent run blocking. Definitely a better pass blocker than he is a run blocker for sure. But overall, card's fine in that pass, as far as a pass blocker. Now, for me, I run the spread chemistry, so I'm going to be talking through why this is important. So, for me, at my backup left tackle position, if you're running the spread chemistry, you should pick up Spalmer. Now, I'm not saying there's any rush to it, but I want to just walk you through exactly what it does. So, for example, I'm just going to buy this card for 18,000 coins. I'm going to have to give him the Oregon team chemistry, which is kind of annoying to have to do this for all the cards. But remember, they boost your scheme ×2. So, I'll plug him into the lineup briefly and then show you guys kind of exactly what he is going to do for me on the field. So, go to left tackle. Obviously, plug in Spalmer. Does have that spread chemistry. You give him the Oregon team chemistry as well. You're looking at a card that is going to boost the spread chemistry, which I run. Give him the Oregon team chemistry as well. And boom, just like that, guys, you're going to have a left tackle. Fits the Oregon team chemistry. Boost this spread chemistry ×2, which is massive when you're trying to find ways to get, spread chems in your squad. It's massive. So I already had Joe Thomas who fit the spread chemistry. But I'm just going to, for example, to showcase this, plug him in over Cage Casey, who, honestly, this should be a ×2 boost. So he should, honestly, the spread chemistry should go up to a 37. And you guys can see it does, which is massive. That's absolutely massive. He can honestly be my starting left tackle. I'm not even going to overthink it right now, because once I do get this spread chem up, that would definitely help out quite a bit. Plus, if you throw the ball more than you run the ball, he can absolutely play. But just wanted to showcase that's what the scheme spotlight kind of does and how impactful it truly can be. Colby Fields up next, right outside linebacker out of Louisiana Tech. Two problems I see with this card. Number one, 88 speed. That's a problem. For a 93 overall, you want a card that is going to be a little bit faster. That, combined with the fact that he is 6 feet tall, are two reasons why I don't know how high I can be on this card in Colby Fields. I think he's okay, but again, when you're looking at those couple of things, that definitely, those things can leave a lot to be desired for Colby Fields, who I think is good, but that speed, that height, definitely hurt the card a little bit. Does fit the 4-3 chem, so if that's what you run, that's fine. Quintavious Scandra up next, 93 speed, 91 acceleration, good man coverage, decent in zone, better in zone than man, but has the 89 change direction. Honestly, at 6'3", I like this card. I like this card. If you look at him and his price, I like him because he's 6'3", and again, his stats are okay. He can absolutely play. For me, when I'm looking at the some of the top guys that you could plug in for your budget-ish squad, 93 speed, good in zone, 6'3", I think he absolutely can play. So, at 6'3", if you're looking for a strong safety, don't overthink it. Especially if you're in that 4-2-5 chemistry. Jonah Coleman, this card stinks. Like, I genuinely, I don't think this card is good whatsoever. I don't think he is a card that you should maybe even, spend a whole lot of time talking about. 91 speed, 90 acceleration. He's a power back at 5'9", 229. He's going to move like a slug. He has 86 change of direction. Like, yikes, is all I can really say about this card. Not good whatsoever. In the game. So that's just kind of the way I think about him. If you want to run this card, do what you got to do. I do not like Jonah Coleman whatsoever. Now, again, if you're running like the air raid chem, right? I'm just going to talk about this for a second. But if you're running the air raid chemistry, then maybe, because you can run him at like your backup running back position. And if you're running him at your backup running back position, or let's say you're running back 3, who cares? He's not going to get in the game anyway. He's going to boost your scheme and definitely could help out in that way. But that's the only way I can see him like making my lineup. Next up, we do see Drew Kendall. Now, I've kind of briefly looked at Drew Kendall. I don't see it with the card. He does fit the spread chemistry, so for that, I mean, maybe I'll play him at my backup center position. I feel like I've got to take advantage of these different chemistries. So I'm going to personally buy the card for 47,000 coins. I don't want to, but at the end of the day, to boost my chemistry, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. I'm going to buy Drew Kendall, but I do not like this card stat-wise. So I'll take you through his stats and talk about exactly why I don't like this card. So when I'm looking at Drew Kendall, got to go in here to my item binder and give him that Oregon team chemistry. But I want complete centers, right? I don't want a card that can just pass block or run block. I don't. But with this card, I don't really see it. His pass blocking is mediocre. His run blocking is mediocre. Overall, an 89 pass blocker, an 89 run blocker with the 80 strength. Like, yikes for a card at the center position. I'm sorry, but that is, in my opinion, a big time yikes. A big time, like, what are we doing on the field with this Kendall card? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I don't see it with him. Obviously, again, if you do upgrade him, it gets the spread chem ×2, which helps me out big time. But with Drew Kendall, like, I honestly like the 71 left tackle more than Drew Kendall. And that's crazy to say, but that's where I'm at with him. I just don't see him playing at a super high level in this game. Now, again, give him the Oregon team chemistry. He can definitely boost that offensive position. He can be, I guess I'll just plug him in to start so you guys can see exactly, what he would do. But look, the spread chem, again, goes crazy. And this is something that these cards are going to be good for. You get these spread chemistry cards, you plug them in, you could get, end up getting that all the way up to 50 out of 50, get that +1 boost. So that's why he's going to play for me. I don't know if I'm going to be able to start him, though. Like, genuinely, I don't know if I'm going to be able to start him because I do not like the card very much whatsoever as far as, an overall card. Next card we want to talk about today. So we just went through Kendall. Trey Wedig. Now, he does fit the pistol chemistry. I feel like nobody's really running that chemistry. Maybe you are. And if you are, whatever, I'm not going to be the one to sit here and hate on it a whole ton. But when I'm looking at Wedig, 95 strength, decent pass blocking, decent run blocking, better run blocker than pass blocker. If you are one where you like to run the football primarily, I see a world in which Trey Wedig can play. I do. Now, if you're one where you pass the football more than you run it, I think there are better right tackles out there in the game. But good strength, better run blocker than pass blocker. Again, I don't mind this card whatsoever. Pistol team chem or pistol scheme chem doesn't fit what I run either. Preston Zachman, 3-4 multiple free safety, but I like this card. 95 speed, 96 strength, 95 change direction, 96 zone coverage. If you run a lot of zone coverage, he's tough to beat. 6'1", not undersized. Fits a lot of things that I want to check off as far as boxes on the field. I don't run the 3-4 multiple chemistry, but even if I don't, as far as a free safety, he absolutely can play at an extremely high level. So I don't mind Zachman whatsoever. Ethan Urquhart, right end, Iowa. I'm from Iowa. 89 speed, 92 acceleration, good block shed, gets after the quarterback. I do wish, his speed maybe was a little bit higher, but overall, there's not a lot of flaws. His block shed's good, gonna get after the quarterback, fits the 4-3 chem, which a lot of people do end up running. I like Ethan Urquhart quite a bit. I do. 95 strength isn't bad whatsoever either. He is a really solid card on this game. Ethan Vasko, maybe the worst card today for his overall. Does throw tight spiral. His throw accuracy is only a 60 on CFB fan. Carrying is extremely low. I don't see this card being a good card whatsoever. Now, maybe I'm being, too biased about him, but I don't see any positives about Ethan Vasko on this game, literally whatsoever. Keelan Burnett, the problem with Burnett is this. His speed. I mean, he's 6'6". His speed's not great. His route running is okay. It's not perfect. Yes, he catches the ball well. He is 6'6", but I just don't know because his speed is not great. So, if you're in the air raid chemistry, maybe I can see it for Keelan Burnett, but other than that, I'm not super high on the card. Carson Schwarzenegger up next, the best middle linebacker in the game. And honestly, I'm going to say this, and a lot of people can disagree with me if they want. I don't think it's particularly close. I don't. I will hold true to the fact that I think he is the best middle linebacker in the game. Actually, I will say this. I think Fred Warner is close, but he's got a better change direction. He's got better speed, better acceleration. I think he's the best middle linebacker in the game. So that's where I'm at with Schwarzenegger. If you disagree, let me know. But I do think he is the best. I think he's the most complete middle linebacker in the entire game. That's where I'm at. I think he's tough to beat. I mean, a 91 block shed, I guess. I mean, that's even better than Fred Warner. So I think he's the best middle linebacker in the game. I think he's worth getting. Bryson Washington, 96 speed, 95 acceleration, good carrying, good catching, good change direction, good track, good spin, good juke. Is he the most complete running back in the game? I think maybe. Now, the thing about him is he is a power back, 6 foot 203. I feel like his movement could be a little sluggish, could be a little weird. But I mean, statistically speaking, I think he is the most complete running back in the game. So, weird card here. Definitely going to catch the ball well out of the backfield. Make people miss. I think it's just going to have to be a trial and error thing with Bryson Washington because I think the card is a stud. Cam Oliver up next, the best zone cover corner in the entire game. 96 speed, 94 acceleration, 96 change direction, 97 zone coverage, 6'1". He is the best zone coverage corner in the game. Now, is he worth 800,000 coins? That's gassing it. But he is the best cornerback zone coverage-wise in the entire game. Last but certainly not least, Jaylin Noel, 96 speed, 5'11", 200 pounds, 94 short, mid-route running, 97 deep, 92 change direction. Wish I was a little bit higher. Good carrying, good spin, good juke. He's the best wide receiver in the game. It's not even close. Now, is he worth 4 million coins? Absolutely not. But he is the best receiver in the game. Overall today, we saw our best receiver, best corner, best middle linebacker, one of the best running backs in the game, one of the best right ends, free safeties, right tackles in the game. We saw other cards that fit specific chemistries. I love today's drop. And even for me, like Bryson Washington is kind of a card I want. Why? Because he fits the spread chemistry. You're going to get a ×2 boost. And if I combine that with the Oregon team chemistry with the spread boost, he is going to be the best running back in the game for me personally. I'm not saying for everybody, but for me personally, Bryson Washington is going to be that best running back in the game. So what I would do today, and I'm not telling you guys you got to do anything crazy today, but find what works for you. The first thing I would do is look at this middle linebacker and his price. I'm telling you right now, I don't know, what his price is going to end up being, but I do believe he is the best middle linebacker in the game, and I don't think he's going to be consistently overpriced all day. Again, just keep an eye on him because right now it doesn't even look like there's any of him up. Again, we'll have to just kind of keep an eye on him. In his price, but I don't think he is going to be that overpriced. I think Ethan Hurkett's really good as well, for whatever his price is going to be. But I do like the drop today. I think today's drop is going to be really, really, really good as far as these new Stories of the Week cards. Now, I am thinking these Stories of the Week cards are going to be in a separate, drop that, or a separate, obviously, collection that is released at some stage. But there are lots of cards that I like today. So, pick up whatever you are wanting for your squad. I do like the new middle linebacker today in Schwarzenegger. I think his price should go down throughout today. I like Bryson Washington. I like a lot of cards today. Are they going to be worth their prices? Probably not. You'll have to see for your squad, but those are the cards that I'm looking at picking up possibly out of today's drop. But that's going to wrap it up for our video. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments on this drop, on who you guys are looking to pick up. Even the new corner today is just literally ridiculously good. So hopefully eventually, sooner rather than later, they put the new program in the game so I can start searching by that. But again, I like the team chem concept because you get a couple of these cards that boost it ×2. You're going to be able to easily achieve that 50 out of 50 team chemistry option. That's going to wrap it up for our video. Let me know your thoughts on it, guys. Drop a like on it. Subscribe if you are new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.